Hi, today I want to answer one of the questions that I get asked all the time. And that question is the person that I'm dating emotionally unavailable or are they just busy? So let's first talk about what is emotional unavailability. This just means that the person is either unwilling or unable to engage in emotional intimacy. They are having a fear of commitment. They are hot and cold, inconsistent. They don't like to share their feelings. They don't like to get vulnerable. They like to keep things light and avoid conflict. And so, an emotionally unavailable person often doesn't really show a lot of consideration for other people's emotions because they themselves are disconnected and detached from their own emotions. So, that really creates a big difference between the emotionally unavailable person and the emotionally available person because the person who's emotionally available, no matter how busy they get, they are going to be considerate of your emotions. They are going to be considerate of communicating to you and letting you know that they are busy. How much time does it take to send a quick text and say, "Hey, I got caught up. I'm busy, but I'll call you later," right? This act of sending you a quick text is simply a display of them considering your feelings, your time, and showing enough respect for you that they take the time to send the text and let you know, "Hey, this thing came up, but I'll talk to you later." The ability to consider you is a huge sign of someone who is emotionally available. And I also wanted to take some time to talk about seven other signs that someone you're dating is emotionally unavailable so that you can pick up on this quickly and disengage and not waste your time on someone who is emotionally unavailable. And I just want to say the emotionally unavailable person was emotionally unavailable long before you came along. So I don't want you to focus on trying to get them to change or changing yourself in order to get them to be more emotionally available. That's not your job. Your job is not to heal them. You are not a training camp. Your job is to simply be your authentic self, notice other people's behavior, and assess whether their behavior is sitting well with you and aligns with what you want and need in a partner. So, number one, a sign of somebody being emotionally unavailable is that they breadcrumb you. They show you small, inconsistent displays of affection in order to keep your attention when they really have no intention of being in a relationship with you. They like the benefits that they get from being in a dynamic with you. I'm not even going to call it a relationship, but a dynamic with you where they get attention, they get somebody to vent to, they get somebody to talk to and have fun with. When they are bored, they have somebody to text a funny meme to or whatever it is, but they have no intention of being in a relationship with you. They like the perks and the benefits of being in this dynamic with you. Number two, they avoid conflict and they do not want to talk through problems. You may find themselves, I'm sorry, you may find them brushing things aside, minimizing things, and validating you. This is their way to avoid having to talk about any real issues because they want to keep things light and not have any emotional depth in the relationship. Because remember, they cannot handle the emotional depth. It's not about you, it's about them and their limits and capacities. The third thing is they have little respect for differences. They may become annoyed or dismissive if things don't go their way because they are about them and what they want and what they need and their preferences and their likes and their dislikes, and that is their priority. There is little desire to meet in the middle or compromise. The emotionally unavailable person is focused on what they want, what they need, and keeping themselves in their comfort zone. The next thing, number four, is that they do not show consideration for what you think, need, and feel. Like I was saying, their primary concern is about them and their preferences and their needs and what they want to do. And they may not show any interest in what you think, need, and feel. It's mostly about them. Number five, they don't share their feelings and they like to keep conversations light. Again, there is a lack of emotional depth. Number six, they send mixed messages and are inconsistent and hot and cold. Their actions do not align with their words. They are uncertain about what they want. They may want intimacy, but fear it. So they may come, get close, have intimacy, and then withdraw because they feel overwhelmed by the degree of closeness. And number seven, the last one on the list, is they do not ask questions about you or your feelings or show much interest in really getting to know you beyond the surface level. When I was dating emotionally unavailable partners, this didn't even come up as a red flag to me. I never even noticed that somebody was being emotionally unavailable when they weren't asking questions about me. I was used to people not showing interest in me on that deeper emotional level. And this kind of paints a picture as to why we are drawn to these types of partners in the first place. Along my healing journey, I had to come to realize that I grew up in a home where there was not a lot of interest in my personal emotional world, right? You know, dinner was every night, I was taken to soccer practice, whatever it is, but there was little attunement to my emotions. Other people's emotions in the family unit were a priority, were of importance, and mine were put last. So I developed a high degree of tolerance for my emotions to be ignored, and for my emotions to not really hold a lot of interest or importance. So in your adult relationships, if this is your childhood, then in your adult relationships, you don't even notice when somebody's not really paying attention to your emotions. And if you do, or if you are to the level of awareness on your healing journey where you are noticing, wow, it bothers me that this person doesn't show interest in how I feel or what I think or what I need. That is a huge point of growth because you are recognizing what you don't like instead of solely focusing on how to keep this person around. So I just wanted to highlight those seven signs of emotional unavailability. And I just want to emphasize here at the end of the day, someone who is interested in you, someone who wants to form a relationship with you, is never too busy to send the text, to take 5 seconds to let you know where they're at, to provide that reassurance to you that, hey, everything's good. I just got caught up and I'm busy. And you are only going to know how someone holds you in their life if you communicate, if you let them know what you're noticing and what you need and what you'd prefer, and you get to see how they respond to you expressing yourself, honoring yourself, and being your most authentic self and sharing what it is that you actually want in the relationship. And the more secure you feel within yourself, the less dependent you are on them to feel secure and calm and enough, the more you will have the ability to speak up, the more confident and secure you will be in yourself to speak up and communicate what it is that you need. And that's what I help people do, all of my clients inside of the Secure Collective, my membership. I guide you onto how to heal anxious attachment so that you can feel secure within yourself and speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself and no longer tiptoe on eggshells, hoping and waiting for somebody to magically become who you want them to be. I want you to feel secure enough to honor what you're noticing and not minimize it and brush it aside and hope that things change. Inside the Secure Collective, I give you the tools to know when it's time to speak up, when it's time to walk away, when it's time to no longer tolerate less than what you want. And that time is right now. So if you are interested in meeting me inside of the Secure Collective, check out the notes below, and I will see you very soon.